This episode of Hypnosis Q&A from around the world is being home again. I'm on my ferry ride from Vancouver to Salt Spring Island. First time ever. Can you believe it? Salt Spring Island is one of the Gulf islands in the Strait of Georgia, the whole chain of islands between Vancouver Island and the mainland coast of British Columbia. I've heard that Salt Spring Island is about scenic beauty, diverse landscapes, the vibrant art scene, a very strong sense of community, and a slow pace. As such, this episode I'm going to talk about the sleep and how hypnotherapy can help with sleeplessness, insomnia. I'm sure it's a question on many people's minds. In this most natural place, I have to say, sleeping is the most natural thing. Babies know how to do it. As a matter of fact, babies, they sleep most of the time. They don't have to take a course, take a class to do it. They know how to do it. Therefore, it has to be natural sleeping. What can get in the way is our doingness, like relaxation. It's not something we do. Most people tell me they don't know how to do relaxation. Of course, they don't know how to do relaxation because relaxation is not something we do. Tension, tightness, rigidity, stress, these are the things we do. And when my body, when my arms are doing this tightness and tension, and I'm not relaxed, of course. And so relaxation is the absence of doing anything. When I'm not doing anything, naturally body goes back to its most natural state, which is relaxation. Therefore, relaxation is not something we do. It's the lack of doing anything. And then that's a relaxation, like sleeping. It's not a matter of how I do sleeping, it's the absence of doing anything. Then we just drop into a sleep. Now, of course, you might say, when I'm lying in bed, when my body lies in bed, my body's not actually doing anything. So, Kemila, why hours later I'm still not sleeping? Even though your body is not doing anything actively, lying in bed, quite relaxed. Actually, your body is getting, when your body is relaxed, like right now, I can just let go of anything to do on my arm, and my arm right now is like a limp, loose. So my arm right now is getting enough relaxation or restfulness that a good night's sleep can give to my body. And therefore, in a way, sleeping is not actually for the body, I believe. Nighttime sleep is for the mind. So lying in bed, you're not actively doing anything in your body. The muscles are relaxed. But what happens is your mind, the brain is processing in thoughts and emotions. Your mind is very busy. It's doing, neurons are very fast, flying, firing, wiring, doing processing, and stressing about what happened in a day, and worrying about what's going to happen, past and the future. So actually there's a lot of activity going on in your brain. That's why your brain is doing something. And so if the brain lacks doing anything, your brain will go into sleep, going through different brainwaves drop into sleep. And therefore it's to learn, when lying in bed, is to learn for your mind how to drop. Yes, there were those things to process. There's a future to worry about. But tonight, if you can just tell the brain, tomorrow I'll pick up, but tonight I'll just drop. Now, dropping is not doing anything. It's just releasing. It's relaxing. So it's not, letting go is not doing something. It's just stopping holding on to anything. The gravity will take care of it. It's the same as if you learn, your mind learns how to just drop it, knowing maybe tomorrow I'll pick it up, I'll stress about it. And tonight it's okay, I can just drop. And so it drop. It doesn't go anywhere. I can still pick it up. It's still here reliably. I can just drop it. So it's learning how to have your mind just drop. And that is a mind training. And then your mind will have nowhere to go but that beautiful slumber. I'm standing at this northmost point of Salt Spring Island. It has an interesting name. That's called the Southie Point Beach. I don't know about the beach part. Look at all these rocks, but it's a beach on the map. So I don't know about that part, but I know what I know here is that even the boats and the paddle boards, they know how to sleep very well here. Sleeping place for these boats. A new client of mine, recently she purchased my MP3 download, Relax and Sleep Better. And on our next appointment, she was telling me, she was commenting after using the product. She said, "Oh, it was so wonderful. Not necessarily always knocking me off to sleep, but listening to your audio made lying in bed very enjoyable." I think that's the point. When you enjoy lying in bed, you may have a better chance to fall into sleep. What happens is that most people, they use the future, like tomorrow, to scare themselves. Like, I have to sleep now. I'm not sleeping, but I have to because tomorrow I have this important meeting to go to. Or the only way for me to have enough energy tomorrow is to have a good night, restful sleep for me to do whatever tomorrow I have to do. So when you need to sleep and you find yourself not sleeping, truly frustration is a place you do not want to go to. Instead, you can enjoy really lie in bed and treat that as restfulness. I would normally tell myself when I need to sleep, and after some certain minutes or hours, I still find myself awake. So I would tell myself, "Wow, this is like the comfy bed, the quietness, the darkness is like a first-class flight. Only that I don't have to pay thousands of dollars to get that. It feels like a first-class flat lying in bed. Only this time I am flying to dreamland." So sometimes using a little imagination to go directly to imagine yourself directly into a dream, right? So you bypass, you have to fall into sleep and then you have a dream. You just go to the dream. That might also help. Just imagine yourself into a dream. What dream would come to me tonight? That's how you enjoy lying in bed, and you do have a better chance, because when you go to frustration, your mind, the activities in your mind are working so hard to remember. When you are doing it, you are not letting it go, and that's the reason. So the scare from the future you give to yourself is the reason that keeps you from not falling into sleep. So therefore, we use whatever we can find to talk ourselves into more ease and enjoyment, rather than talking ourselves into scare and frustration. We all actually have the experience of not sleeping. Think about it. In our lifetime, we have tens and thousands of nights. Everyone, from time to time, occasionally would have a sleepless night. It's not a big deal. We can make it a big deal. Then we get traumatized by not sleeping. Then it becomes an issue perpetuating for many more years. Or we can say, sometimes we all get that it's not a big deal. And my favorite thing for me, if I find myself not sleeping after certain minutes, even though when I went to bed, it would be I felt tired, but for whatever reason I'm not sleeping. Even my mind in those moments, I noticed we're not so busy, but still not sleeping. So what I tell myself would be, I think it's time to sleep, but I'm not sleeping, obviously. If I'm not sleeping, obviously I do not need to sleep right now for me to have enough energy tomorrow. No matter what I need to do, I will have enough energy to do just that. Because if I need to sleep, I will be sleeping. Since I'm not sleeping right now, I do not need to sleep for me to have energy I need for tomorrow. Like I myself don't really have a certain hour, 10 o'clock go to bed or 6 o'clock get up. I don't like to do routines, and so every day is a little different. So sometimes I sleep 6 hours, and sometimes I sleep 9 hours, but it seems to be working. And because during the day, because of this kind easy self-talk, I don't feel I lack energy ever. The same way I don't do jet lags, I think, because I just switch my mind into the time zone of the destination immediately when I board the plane, and so I can have enough energy. Sometimes I even have like a full day client schedule right after I fly back home. So the self-talk, that is how you talk yourself. Tell yourself, no matter what happens tonight, how many hours I sleep, I'm rested. Remember, sleeping is not for the body. My body right now can be just as limp and loose, as relaxed as my body needs from the sleep. Sleeping is actually for the mind. The mind, mind is like my cell phone. Right now I'm using it, and I'm using the battery. And sleeping, nighttime sleep, is to recharge it. Literally, we call that recharge. So it's for that mind, the working mind. But the mind can find ease and relaxation and comfortable and restfulness without unconscious sleep. Just try that. A labyrinth is a great way to calm the mind and clarify thoughts. This labyrinth is a very small piece of land. Like if you walk across it takes less than a minute. However, if you walk the labyrinth in and out in itself, it takes approximately 15 minutes in and out, this labyrinth. And when Oliver, this cat, comes to greet me whenever I'm doing this labyrinth in these days, so staying here, and I notice Oliver can just go right where I am or waiting for me as he wants. And when he decides to walk the labyrinth, he walks differently. He doesn't walk on this gravel path with a time field, and he does however he wants to do. Just like sleep, you can go gradually moving your brainwaves from beta to alpha to theta to delta, like what I'm doing, step by step. Or you can do what a cat could do. Now this cat is just staying there, but there are times that cat, the Oliver, would come right next to me, crossing the field as he wants. So you can be like the cat, just to drop right to where you need to be. Either way, enjoy it, and sweet dreams. This is the Salt Spring Island. Yesterday it was just bright sunny day, and tomorrow will be a bright sunny day, but today it suddenly started to rain. So no more hiking today. I came to the Zsange, I think it's the largest town or village of the island. So one client of mine, I remember, he had a couple of sleepless nights, and that just got him going, and he got to worry about it so much that the worry made him not sleeping. And so the more he worried about not sleeping, and the less he slept, the more he was connecting evidences of not sleeping. And so it goes to the vicious cycle, to the point he needed hypnotherapy to get him, break the cycle and turn it another way around. And I remember there's another client of mine, and he was interesting. When he was sitting down, he said, Kemila, I have been to 5 hypnotherapists already for insomnia, and nothing has worked. Nobody was able to put me to sleep. So I was very curious when I heard that. First I thought, oh wow, you have tried 5 times, so 5 different practitioners, and nobody helped you. However, you still didn't lose hope. Obviously, I was the number 6. Meanwhile, I thought maybe I would be just the number 6 of the hypnotherapists that, to prove him that it didn't work. So anyway, I got to do what I got to do, and I remember the time when we got into this hypnotic part. The light was dim, and he was reclined. I was doing my induction, and during the induction time, suddenly he popped open his eyes and he looked at me very nervously. He asked, "Kemila, what if this time it doesn't work either?" Now, in that moment, I really had no choice but lean forward. So I looked at him. I said, "If this time it doesn't work either, don't worry about it. I can promise you one thing, that I'm going to sleep very well tonight." So somehow the answer short-circuited his brain, and he looked at me, nothing to think, and then he said, "Okay," and he dropped. So there's another client of mine. He's particularly smart. He particularly booked a late evening appointment. So he told me, "I'm just going to, come to see you and go home and see if I can sleep very well." And that session, I remember, it was a long day, and he was my last client, 7:38 p.m. And I was a little tired, so I remember the hypnotherapy part worked so well. I almost talked myself into sleep. It's as if I know I was still talking, but the latter part of the sentence, I already forgot what I was saying in the first part of the sentence. But anyway, it worked brilliantly. I almost talked myself into sleep, and he slept very, very well that night. Of course, the quality of our bed, the physical health, the environment, the life stress, your own bedtime routine, all of these play into this important thing that we spend our 1/3 of our lifetime with. But if everything else is taken care of, maybe hypnotherapy can help you with to take care of this mental and emotional part of this thing that is so important part of our life.